Google comes out of nowhere and drops a whole bunch of announcements of various projects, some of which we've heard about and some that seem brand new and completely mind-blowing. First and foremost, we have Astra, the AI voice assistant. It's been upgraded and improved, including live coaching as you're playing video games. You can give various strategies in Clash of Clans, Squad Busters, or whatever, live as you're playing them. It can walk you through how to cook something, how to chop something up, and it knows the recipes. It'll sort of walk you through step by step and answer your questions. It's able to look at the camera footage and tell you, yes, you've cut them into roughly 1-inch pieces. Good job. It's kind of insane. So let's take a deep dive into all these new releases Google's just announced.
We've got a Pixel phone loaded with the latest test build of Project Astra, and we're going to leave the office to test it around London. I've got this email with apartment info. Can you tell me the door code and remember it?
I'll remember the door code for you. It is 1170. To unlock it, enter the code and then press the unlock button.
Based on these symbols, how should I wash this?
The tag shows to machine wash at 30 degrees Celsius. Avoid bleach and tumble drying. Iron on low and dry cleanable.
Then what settings should I use on this machine?
Based on the laundry instructions of 30 degrees Celsius, select the 30 setting under Easy Care on the dial.
I've got this list of recommendations. Can you tell me a bit about some of them?
I can search for these places for you. Cold Drops Yard is a shopping destination with unique industrial design. Luminary Bakery is a social enterprise bakery. And Tate Modern is a modern and contemporary art museum.
Now we're going to try Project Astra out on the street. Let's see what it can do. I've always said scone, but now I'm hearing people say scone. Can you help me with the pronunciation?
It's a fascinating topic. The pronunciation of scone, both scone rhyming with gone and scone rhyming with bone, are accepted pronunciations, though regional variations exist.
What can you tell me about this sculpture?
The sculpture you're seeing is called My World and Your World by Eva Rothschild, located in Lewis Cubitt Park in London.
What kind of themes does her work explore?
She creates abstract sculptures that invite viewers to interact with and interpret their surroundings in new ways.
Would these do well if I planted them back home?
Mountain fleece can grow well in New York. They prefer full sun to partial shade and moist, well-drained soil. So your garden in New York should be a good fit for these flowers.
I'm trying to get a gift for my friend, and this is everything she's been reading. How would you describe her taste in books?
Based on these titles, your friend seems to enjoy a mix of history, biography, and perhaps a touch of political or social commentary.
I picked some of these out. Any idea which one she'd like the most?
Consider Half of a Yellow Sun for its exploration of complex social and political issues within a historical setting, aligning with her interest in narratives that offer insight into significant periods.
Will that bus take me anywhere near Chinatown?
Yes, it does. The 24 bus route goes through Leicester Square, which is very close to Chinatown.
Are there any landmarks on the way?
Riding the number 24 bus, notable landmarks you will likely encounter are Westminster Abbey, Big Ben, and Trafalgar Square.
I also met up with some friends to test out the multilingual capabilities.
Est-ce que tu peux me dire quelque chose d'intéressant à propos de ces lanternes?
Bien sûr, je peux vous parler des lanternes. Les lanternes que vous voyez font partie de la porte d'entrée de Chinatown à Londres. Elles ont une signification culturelle pour les Chinois et sont souvent utilisées pendant les célébrations et les festivals. நிச்சயமாக இது லண்டனில் உள்ள சைனா டவுன் நுழைவாயில். இது ஒரு குறிப்பிடத்தக்க அடையாளமாகும். இது அந்த பகுதியின் கலாச்சார முக்கியத்துவத்தை குறிக்கிறது.
Now I'm using these prototype glasses to test Project Astra hands-free. Can you check if it's going to rain anytime soon?
It looks like it is currently mostly sunny in London. Rain is expected tonight from around 10 p.m. until tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Hey, what's that park next to me?
The park looks to be Primrose Hill, known for its panoramic city views and the notable Shakespeare's tree.
Can you check if I can bike in there?
It appears that cycling is actually banned within Primrose Hill itself, although it is permitted in nearby areas and the rest of Regent's Park.
I'm biking back to Camden. Can you check if there's any supermarkets along the way?
There's a Sainsbury's on Camden Road, a Morrison's on Chalk Farm Road, and an M&S Simply Food on Camden High Street.
What was the door code again?
The door code you saved previously is 1170.
Oh, thanks. That works.
Really excited to get my hands on this. It does seem like it could be extremely useful, especially if you think about this idea of cooking. You know what I mean? If you don't remember a recipe, it's able to kind of walk you through it. It's able to look at what you're doing and maybe critique it, like, oh, you're dicing it when you're supposed to be chopping it, or whatever. It does seem like it could be extremely useful. You can give various strategies in Clash of Clans, Squad Busters, or whatever, live as you're playing them.
Okay. Can you tell me, when I harvest the crops, what's the next step?
After you harvest your crops, you can either use them to produce goods or sell them to earn coins. You can also plant new crops if you want.
Okay, let's actually sell them. How am I supposed to sell them in the game?
To sell your crops, go to your roadside shop. You can set the price and amount you want to sell, then wait for buyers.
Okay. Can you help me find where the shop is? I see the multiple buildings here. I'm very confused.
Your shop is the building with the awning towards the lower left corner of your screen. It has an icon like a stall with red and white stripes above it.
Oh, this one?
Yes, that's the road shop.
Hey, so I'm planning to go on an attack, but first I need to train an army. So maybe you could recommend troop composition for my army.
Based on your available troops and their quantity in the top left of the screen, we should train a mix of giants, barbarians, archers, and wizards. The focus should be on using giants to absorb damage, while wizards can take out high damage defenses, and barbarians and archers can deal with the weaker buildings.
All right, that sounds good. So how many giants do I need?
I'd say about 8 giants should do the trick. They'll serve as your main tanking force.
All right, and then how many wizards do I need?
Around 6. Wizards would be perfect to take down the key defenses that the giants might not be able to reach easily.
Okay, and then how many barbarians would you recommend?
Around 10 to 12 barbarians should suffice. They'll help clear out any smaller buildings or distract enemy defenses.
All right, I'll take 12 barbarians, and then just fill up the rest with archers.
Sounds like a solid plan. The archers can help pick off defenses from range, covering your giants and barbarians effectively.
All right, let me just get all those archers in. Let's give this a go. I'll train it up.
Sounds good. Let me know when you're ready to start the attack.
Yeah, that's all trained, so let's go on an attack.
Awesome. Let's get the attack started. I'm ready to analyze the base and provide a strategy. Which base are you targeting?
Well, I quite like the look of this one, the first one we found. So where do you recommend I attack from on this base?
Given the base layout, I recommend attacking from the bottom or south side. This direction allows you to target the town hall directly with your giants, while the wizards can handle the surrounding defenses.
All right, and what is the order that I need to deploy these troops in again?
Start by deploying your giants to soak up damage, followed by your barbarians and archers to clear out defenses. End with your wizards to take down key targets like the town hall and wizard towers.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Looks like you've got a good start. Keep an eye on those wizard towers. They can be a threat to your troops.
Oh, I've got a lot of archers. And the wizards to finish.
You're doing great. Just keep an eye on any remaining defenses and let those wizards do their work.
Okay, the giants have made it through to the town hall.
Awesome. Looks like the giants are doing their job tanking the damage. Keep those wizards safe. They're your key to finishing this attack.
Yeah, the wizards actually do seem to be staying quite safe. I think it is working quite well.
That's great to hear. It's always nice when a plan comes together. Keep an eye on the remaining defenses, but it seems like you're well on your way to a successful attack.
Yeah, I'd say it's looking pretty good now.
Looks like a clean victory. Those wizards really sealed the deal, didn't they? Great job strategizing and executing that attack.
Hey, listen, I'm about to start a game and I want to make sure I complete the weekly quests. Can you see them?
Yes, I can see them. Looks like you need to pick up 300 gems and dust 10 boss monsters. You've already got a head start on the 300 gems.
Cool. I'll ask you to remind me about it during the game because I keep forgetting about it.
Absolutely. I'll keep an eye out and remind you about the quests.
Thanks.
You got it. Just let me know if you need a reminder anytime.
Hey, I'm about to pick a character. Can you do a quick search on Reddit? What is the meta? As in, like, what are the best characters?
Let me look that up for you. I'll let you know what I find. From what I found on Reddit, it looks like Shelly is a good character due to her knockback and self-heal. It's also worth considering Jessie and Ice Wizard, which are in the A tier in the recent tier list. Do you want me to go into more detail on the tier list?
No, it's good. About the Ice Wizard. Do you know any jokes about the Ice Wizard?
I haven't heard any specific jokes about the Ice Wizard, but here's one. Why did the Ice Wizard bring a snow globe to the fight? Because he wanted to show everyone his chill side.
Okay. Do you know any jokes about Shelly?
I don't know any jokes specifically about Shelly, but I can make one up. Why did Shelly always bring a book to the battle? Because she wanted to make sure the enemy got a good read of the situation.
That's a good one.
Next, let's take a look at Project Mariner. Project Mariner will automate tasks in your browser, acting like an AI agent by carrying out tasks. Mariner can also be used to find flights and hotels, shop for household items, find recipes, and other tasks that currently require users to click through the web.
Today, I want to tell you about Project Mariner. It's a research prototype exploring the future of human-agent interaction, and it's built on Gemini 2.0. Like with all new technology, it's important for us to build this responsibly, which is why we're starting small. We'll be getting feedback from a group of trusted testers and using their experiences to really shape how Project Mariner evolves. Let me show you how it works. So Project Mariner works in the browser as an experimental Chrome extension. I'm going to start by entering a prompt. Here, I have a list of outdoor companies listed in Google Sheets, and I want to find their contact information. So I'll ask the agent to take this list of companies, then find their websites and look up a contact email I can use to reach them. This is a simplified example of a tedious multi-step task that someone could encounter at work. Now, the agent has read the Google Sheet and knows the company names. It then starts by searching Google for benchmark climbing. And now it's going to click into the website. You can see how this research prototype only works in your active tab. It doesn't work in the background. Once it finds the email address, it remembers it and moves on to the next company. At any point in this process, you can stop the agent or hit pause. What's cool is that you can actually see the agent's reasoning in the user interface so that you can better understand what it is doing. And it will do the same thing for the next two companies, navigating your browser, clicking links, scrolling, and recording information as it goes. You're seeing an early stage research prototype, so we sped this up for demo purposes. We're working with trusted testers to make it faster and smoother, and it's so important to keep a human in the loop. After the fourth website, the agent has completed its task, listing out the email addresses for me to use. And there you have it. We're really just scratching the surface of what's possible when you bring agentic AI to computers.
Over the past few months, we've been exploring what's possible in the domain of human-agent interaction. Today, I'm going to walk you through a demo of Project Mariner, a research prototype we built with our new Gemini 2.0 models. Let me show you how it works. I'm going to start in the Gemini app, but Project Mariner is an experimental Chrome extension that works across all web pages. In this demo, I'll be prompting the agent to find the most famous post-impressionist. Find a colorful painting of theirs on Google Arts and Culture. Then add some colorful paints to my Etsy cart. In Gemini, the agent starts by asking who the most famous post-impressionist is. Gemini quickly identifies Van Gogh as the most famous post-impressionist painter. From here, it navigates to Google Arts and Culture by typing in the URL into the address bar. You can see how this research prototype only works in your active tab. It doesn't work in the background. It opens the search bar to look for Van Gogh. Van Gogh is the first option, so it clicks on it. Now, it decides to click on the artist page to look for a colorful painting. We're able to see the agent's reasoning in the user interface throughout the process, so we can easily follow along to understand what it's planning. The agent realizes that the page only contains information about Van Gogh, so it decides to scroll down to look for artwork. It discovers a collection of art and starts looking at them to find a colorful option. The agent used its multimodal understanding capabilities to find a colorful painting of irises and clicks on it. After finding this painting, it navigates to Etsy by typing in the URL. It clicks on the search bar and searches for colorful paints. So now it's looking at different paint sets, and the agent gives us a sense of what it's optimizing for. As you can see, it's optimizing for price and visual appeal. The agent clicks on a set of watercolors that appears to be a good fit. It's then added to cart. After a moment, the agent asks me if it should proceed to checkout. This is an early research prototype, but it's a great example of how we are keeping a human in the loop and ensuring you're always in control. I'll just respond by saying there's no need to check out. And now it completes its task and hands back control.
Next, they're showcasing this ability with Gemini 2.0 to build things using multimodality and the API. They do have some demonstrations and examples of what we can do. For example, you have an image of a car. You say, turn this car into a convertible, and the AI does it.
These are examples of native image output in Gemini 2.0. Gemini 2.0 can now natively generate images as part of your conversation. Let's say you want to imagine how it might look to turn this car into a convertible. With today's AI tools, this takes a lot of work. You might have to manually mask out this roof area or write a really complex prompt. We brought this image into AI Studio and sent it to the new experimental Gemini 2.0 Flash model. This is a real-time screen capture, and all the prompts you'll see in this video are things that early testers can now try. And this is the entire prompt we gave it: turn this car into a convertible. And it generated this image. Here they are side by side. Notice how it successfully modified the car, but also managed to keep the rest of the image consistent. This is difficult in many AI tools that use separate models. But here it's all being done by one model. And we continued the conversation saying, imagine the car full of beach stuff, and change the color to something that feels like summer. Explain as you go. The model began outputting text. It explained its idea for a new color, then showed it to us. But the really neat thing is that the model kept going. It went right on generating another image with the car full of beach gear. Remember that this is all a single response of text and image tokens coming from the model. This ability to output across modalities interleaving text and image together is one of the most exciting aspects of Gemini 2.0. Here are some more example prompts and outputs, all coming from Gemini 2.0 Flash. Let's say you want to make this photo look a little bit nicer by getting rid of all this stuff on the couch. Just give it this prompt, and the model does that for you. You can even combine images. You can ask what your cat might look like on this pillow, or on this skateboard. All of this enables you to co-create with AI in new ways. We gave this image with this text on the side of the box to the model, and we said, open the box, generate an image looking down into the contents of the box. We sent that prompt to Gemini 2.0 Flash. This approach, where you send parts of your prompt in the image itself, opens up new possibilities for how we could have more seamless multimodal back and forth with the model. The model reasoned about the text on the side and generated this image of old electronics. You can push this even further, co-creating imaginary worlds together. We went back to this first conversation in the video. We wanted to try communicating visually with the model, so we drew a circle on the door handle with the prompt, "Open this." The model successfully figured out what we meant, and it generated this image with the car door open. And for the last prompt, we said, "Make the car fly. Imagine you are the car soaring through the clouds to the beach. Show what that might look like." This is a challenge to see if the model can keep the car consistent while also visualizing this new scene that I'm imagining. And the model was able to do it, following my instructions, generating this image and text.